Hi, we're working on retake tickets for learning to hurt M. This is volume of solids. We've got all 5 of the shapes here. I just want to remind you of the formulas for the first 2. We are going to be taking the area of the base and multiplying it by the height. Remember, big B stands for the area of the base. For these 2, we are going to do kind of the same formula, but it is going to have a 1/3 because they come to a point. And for the sphere, our formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. Make sure that you are cubing, and on your calculator I can show you where that is as well. So let's dive right into number 1. The first is to identify the base. On the C-level questions, the base will be pretty straightforward. In this situation, we're looking at a top and bottom here, a rectangle that has dimensions of a 5 by 6. So area of the base, B equals 5 times 6. Area of the base is 30. The height is the distance between the bases, so the distance between those 2 rectangles is 7. So I will take a volume equal to big B times 7 for a total volume of 210 cubic meters. For a prism, the cylinder is similar to that, though our formula for the area of the base is going to be a bit different. Area of the base is equal to, this time we have a circle on top, a circle on bottom, making it a cylinder. The formula for a circle, pi r squared, the radius is 2, so I'm going to say pi 2 squared. Multiply that on your calculator and you find out that the area of the base is 12.566. And since that's not my final answer, I'm not going to round it. I will continue to then find the volume. So I'll use the formula. Volume equals area of the base, that number 12.566, multiply that by the height, which is the distance between those 2 bases, in this situation up and down, is 6. For a total volume of 75.4 cubic centimeters. For the next 2 shape, really not a lot's going to change. We're still going to find the area of the base. But this time we need to take a 1/3 because of the base forming to a point on the other side. So we start with a circle still in the bottom. I'll change colors here. We start with a green. Okay, on the bottom that has a radius of 5. All right. So I'm going to draw that circle. Radius of 5. The formula for the circle again, big B, pi 5 squared. Finding the area of the base, we have 78.539. And then I go right to my volume formula, 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now height in the C-level questions will be given to you. We're looking for that interior height. Straight up and down from the bottom to the top, not along the diagonal. That's what we use for surface area. Multiply that by that height, which is 11. And the volume of this cone, 286 7.979. Of course, we would round that 7 up to 9, then 9 will push this to 288 cubic centimeters. All right, the next solid is a triangle base. So I will draw that triangular base. It's got a 4 and a 6 as our side lengths. The triangle formula, area formula, 1/2 base times height. So half of 4 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. The area of that triangle is 12. The height is 5, and I can just put this into my formula. Give myself a little bit more room here. Volume 1/3. The area of the base is 12. Height is 5. And that's 20 cubic centimeters for the volume of this triangular pyramid. Alright, the last one, number 5, is a sphere. And of course on this one we just want to be very careful that we have a radius. We see that the radius is 19 here. A lot of times you'll see a diameter. You want to take half of that, but here we have a radius. So I really don't have much to add here. We'll just plug it right into the formula. 4/3 pi. And I'll plug in that r is 19 cubed. Now on the calculator, I would type this in like this. Parenthesis 4 divide 3, close the parenthesis, pi 19 caret symbol 3. And that caret symbol, just to give you an idea of what that looks like, is right above the division symbol for most of these calculators. This calculator, the caret symbol is right here. So if we're going to do 19 cubed, I would type 1, 9, and then I would do to the third. Alright, and that's going to give you my answer. Now that's 19 cubed. We still need to multiply the 4/3 and the pi, but that's the idea that somewhere on your calculator you should have a button that looks something like this, where you can put an exponent that's bigger than a square. Here you can see the square. We use that one a lot, but of course this is the one that we want to look at here. So when I do type this into my calculator, the 4/3, I'll type that in as a fraction, pi, and then it's 19 to the third. This is a pretty big number, but we end up with a volume of 28,730.9 cubic feet. That's a pretty big ball. Alright, so there are 5 more examples on the next page. If you turn your retake ticket over, just be careful again to identify the base. I like to highlight or shade in the base, as you can see looking back through the notes here, and using the right formula. Alright, if you have 2 bases, as we did with the 2 purple ones here, then of course you're looking for base, area of the base times height. If you have 1 base that comes to a point, you're going to have 1/3 area of the base times the height. And then lastly, of course, your sphere formula. This is one you'll just have to look on your formula sheet, 4/3 pi r cubed.